hard to get real Texas-style barbecue. We don't have it. And he just does it right every single time.
Smoked Spice was a concept that I came up with because I love barbecue, but my family is of Guyanese descent. Growing up in that Caribbean environment, I wanted to merge those two worlds together and create something unique.
This oxtail is ridiculous.
I know it is.
Ridiculous.
I learned my lesson the first time, so I said I wanted to get here early.
We've made many mistakes in Smoked Spice. That's where you learn the most. And that's how you know what you're made of. What can you do on your own? If you fail, can you get up and try again?
Appreciate you for coming.
Grab a couple more. One of the most important things for a clean fire is airflow, so why not help it along, right? Enough airflow, enough heat, nice seasoned wood, that's all you need. My name is Alex Bernard, pitmaster, chef, owner of Smoked Spice BBQ here in New York. Our typical menu: brisket, ribs, burnt ends, jerk shrimp, jerk chicken. We'll make brisket sandwiches, jerk chicken, pulled pork sandwiches, mac and cheese, honey cornbread pudding, sweet potato casserole, collard greens, rice and peas. We've done pop-ups at different breweries. We do full catering, weddings, anniversary parties, graduation parties, you name it. Usually we don't use the smoking method to fully cook the oxtail, but we want to get as much of that smoke flavor on there first before finishing it, tenderizing it. It's like a game of Tetris, because you want to fit as much as you can on the smoker, but without cramming it up. You know, you want enough room in between. And this type of smoke, you can't really keep inside of a restaurant. It's big, a little bit of an eyesore, but I love it. A lot of people ask me, oh, well, why did you leave the restaurant? When I was born, those recipes that they're using was already there. But I said, okay, what can I create myself? I wanted to be able to put my own stamp on something. My grandmother is Sybil Bernard. She's the founder of Sybil's Bakery here in New York, started in 1976. My grandmother came here because they were living in extreme poverty in Guyana. And she came here, I believe it was a hairdressing visa, and she ended up getting laid off. By this time, her brothers were in Canada. She says, you know, I got laid off. They came to New York. They bought some baking ingredients. They were baking right out of the house. That's how they got started. My father owns and runs the Sybil's on Richmond Hill on Liberty Avenue.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. What's up, Shawnee? Yes. All right? Yeah. Everybody this. Everybody good? Too hot for you guys? This we usually make the sandwiches at the pop-up. Alex.
In Jamaica, they call it cocoa bread, but in Guyana, it's called butter flop. So at the pop-up, what I usually do, we'll cut up the brisket, cut up the jerk chicken, make a nice sandwich with it. Actually, when I started out, we started using brioche buns, and my brother was like, why not using the butter flop? This is what we do. So I said, all right, that's true. So we started doing it, and we never looked back. He usually knows an hour before the pop-up if he can make it or not.
I try to make it because I'm proud of Alex. You know, I'm proud of what they do. You know, he has a good product, he's got a lot of ambition, and he's really trying hard. And I hope that he could pursue his dreams and, you know, make it happen.
So in 2020, I had an idea. I was like, every so often, I'd like to make like a little batch of barbecue with my small smoker, the little barrel smoker, and maybe sell it to a few people. When the pandemic started, people are ordering food. Maybe now it's time I can cook something at home and have just people come to my house. As soon as I put it out, like text friends or put it on Instagram, people ordered right away. I thought maybe 5, 10 people would order. The very first time, over 40 people ordered. Did everything come out the way I wanted it to? No, but I was happy to try it and just get started. I inspect each and every one of these. So if there's any that, like, after it finished cooking, it's like, I don't like how it looks, I will not sell it. We're just gonna smoke this for another hour, gently, very gently, and then we're gonna tenderize them. I remember the first pop-up that we did at a place. It was 10 degrees and I was cooking overnight. I thought I was gonna lose my mind because you have these temperature swings. You're trying to fight against the weather. I remember going out there, feeding the fire. I'm trying to go back inside because I don't wanna freeze to death. And it's like 3 a.m. and I'm like, I'm never doing this again. This is insane. By 1:30, this door opens. People come in, the whole tap room is filled with people. A lot of my friends, a lot of new people that I've never seen before. In 1 hour, we sold out, everything. Everything that I felt, all that exhaustion, all that physical pain of just working straight, it disappeared at that moment. All right, this is it. This is exactly what I want. The sauce with this mahogany color, it's gonna come together. That's what I want to give the people. Every time we did a pop-up, we would get a few more followers. We get feedback. Hey, I really loved your food. Great barbecue. Oh, it was delicious. Let me know when you're back at the brewery. I said, I need to get a bigger smoker. I kind of transformed my garage space into a little commercial workspace with the warmers, refrigerators, and everything. Whoever does the best in this meeting gets a lollipop. I'm just joking. Who doesn't have a pen? Brittany?
I have. Here's your pre-check.
Sam and I and Brittany were throwing out some ideas about the last pop-up that we did, a way that we can try to, from the time we take the order to the time the order's ready, reduce that time. I'm going to pre-cut, pre-weigh like the ribs, the brisket. You guys can grab and go.
We also have like a color sticker system. You'll be able to know what is which.
If I can tell somebody, we're probably gonna run out when we get to you. We're not gonna have any food, I'm sorry. It's gonna sell out around here. I would feel a lot better doing that. So,
I just want my smoked spice.
I just want my food, I just want my sandwich. So.
Listen, I'm not taking your actual order.
I'm not taking your actual order. I just want to, you just get an estimate. We just want to estimate, see what you want so I can know if we'll have it or not by the time you get to the front. To be honest, when we have to leave here with the sauce, when we're transporting it back, it cracks all over and I have to just dump them and wash out it and I lose a bunch of sauce.
Why not buy like
a sauce bottle for each table?
Sauce for the table?
because some people don't.
I like that idea, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. I gotta say, I'm so grateful for my friends and family because you know why? Sometimes you'll see when people start a small business, they'll often say, oh, they don't get the support from their friends, or I'd never had that problem. Some people like to blend the salt and their pepper. I like to do it separately because I want to make sure every bite has an even amount.
How many pounds of brisket are we looking at?
Roughly 400 pounds of brisket.
Alex, you putting any water in the bottom? You got some, but
You have some there, yeah. I didn't want to add any more.
okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. He and I have been friends since childhood, but long before I knew he had an interest in it as well. I had my own interest in it. One thing about barbecuing, especially smoking, it's a labor of love. You have to enjoy the process. You gonna put another one?
No, roll it out. I'm gonna walk with this one.
Okay. Which one? Anywhere you want to get started?
Let's start up top and then come down.
All right.
Quiet on the set. No, I'm just-
I got it. I got the cart.
This guy is the best fire management guy. That's why I make sure I always bring him. If anyone comes to Smoked Spice and they enjoy the corn pudding, that guy right there, he's responsible for me doing it. Look. You're getting your flowers, buddy.
Yeah.
Come long ways, long ways.
I'm following you, brother. This is your idea.
You got me holding this thing like it's a wedding dress.
I'm the fireman.
Go. Here we go. There's no wind with this rain today, though, right?
Nah, that's all right. We'll tie it down, man.
Yeah. Lightning and thunder, that's all right. We'll die doing what we love.
Yeah. I don't know about you. You talk about die.
These guys, everyone that helps us, they all have full-time jobs, but they come in and help because they believed in it.
Listen, I got a promotion, man. I'm the I'm the fire specialist for this cook.
So that kind of gave me the push too. It's like, I'm not the only one that believes that I can do this. My close friends, they believe that I can do too. And they're not just telling me that. They're here showing up to help me, you know. If I had a meltdown, they were there like, oh, it's okay. You know, keep going, don't quit. Let me spritz before you go up, all right?
Yeah.
So the smoker, the way it's designed, kind of difficult to maintain an exact temperature throughout. When you rotate it, everything gets to come off at the same time, give birth to all the briskets all at once. Anyone can make a brisket, but the way, like I said, it's done in Texas, that's why they call it craft barbecue. This is like a labor of love, because it's a lot of work involved, time-wise. Let's start from the top and come down. Technically, it has a decent amount of smoke. If you were to wrap this now and then tenderize it, it's not bad, but we want some more. We're obsessed. We're obsessed. We're obsessed. Yo, I gotta get a haircut. You got it? You good?
I'm good.
All right.
All right.
I like to have a fresh, clean haircut. My dad always taught me that. Look fresh and clean and neat and presentable when you're serving people food. And then my barber's also my therapist, so my last push before pop-up tomorrow. I'm tired and I'm anxious about tomorrow.
I wouldn't worry, man. Yeah, there's no way you can mess up what you specialize in. This is what you do. It's like being a fighter. No matter how many times you do it, when you know you're about to get in that ring, all that goes away.
I don't think I'm worried about if a challenge arises. I think it's more so, well, what's it gonna be this time?
No matter what the business is, the principles are the same all across the board, which is a system, which is what you have.
Yeah.
You run your business by that system, you're guaranteed success.
Because it's a business, but the moment you make it a actual physical business that is established and with opening hours every single day, for me the journey ends at that point.
Yeah.
When you start adding on extra overhead and other things,
You start to commercialize
you
it.
start to commercialize or water down, or maybe you're not buying the quality ingredients, or you're trying to mass produce it or look for a shortcut, then that's when it starts to taste like business.
I was telling you, like, your food doesn't taste like business. Your food tastes like love, home cooking.
And that's one of the reasons I'm scared to turn it into a business.
Respect.
Thank you, bro.
My guy.
Always.
I'll see you later.
This is the bark that you want. You see that? That the penetration of the smoke is just layering the meat. It forms this crust, this bark. I remember the first pop-up we did, we made 4 briskets. And I was like, yeah, we gotta make 4 whole briskets. I remember when I got to 20 and then 25. And then when this started, forget it, I lost track. This is the last 4 here?
Yeah, it's the last 4, brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the home stretch. There's competition barbecue, then there's like backyard barbecue, and then there's restaurant barbecue. And I'm in between backyard and restaurant barbecue. I don't want to do competition barbecue. It's beautiful, those guys are super talented. But I'm more like, I want what people want to eat. And that's it. All right. Yeah, tomorrow 5 o'clock in the morning, my sisters and my wife, they're heading to Sybil's to prep the majority of the sides. I'm gonna head over to the brewery now to load up and start setting up for tomorrow's service. Hopefully, we can get a couple hours of rest. If not, it's okay. We have to get the work done. That's the most important thing.
I remember when he started, with the trial and error with the ribs and the briskets, it got to a certain point where he had me try a certain one, and I was like, I think maybe you can sell this. And he got like so excited. He was just like, he was in the kitchen. And I was like, maybe you can sell this. He was like, really? Are you serious? You really think so? And he was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, no, I think it might be a good idea. I don't know, I was gonna be a part of it. I thought it was gonna be him. But when you are married, you know, it's like you kind of end up just helping with anything that you need to, you know. Their dream is your dream. Like as a child, I wanted to be in cooking, but that was never something that I ever got into. I wanted to be a chef, but back in the day, my parents were like, no, you're gonna go to school for business. And I was like, okay, yes ma'am. With all of this, it makes it kind of fun and enjoyable because this is kind of what I wanted to do as a kid.
We always work together as a family, and I really enjoy that. I became very busy, and then like I handed it over to Brittany, and now she enjoys it.
She taught me well.
Like he said at the staff meeting, like every pop-up is like he learned something different. I'm proud of him.
Aww.
And his wife. I mean, let me just put this out there. He couldn't have done it without Brittany. We tried to like get there early, set up, make sure everything, because we want to be able to start serving by 3, because people get there early. They line up, they'll wait.
You know what? Drop that right on top of the wall. It's gonna go brisket, ribs, burnt ends, like that, all right? We want a bunch of pre-packed sauce, put them at all the tables and a couple at the bar. Do me a favor, bro. Hey, right there, I'm gonna load the brisket on, hand them to you, just slide them in, right? Pocket and I just can't get no love. Ready to serve the people them some good food today. Hopefully people come. Wow. This is how you know it's ready. If it don't fall out like this, what's up, Poppy? Here we go, Colin, first brisket.
My favorite is the burnt ends, and I've never liked oxtail in my life till I tried the barbecue oxtail.
That's sweet and savory, out of this world.
I also love your shirt.
Thank you. I customized it for him. He hasn't seen it yet.
When you started in 2020 to now, such a big difference. I remember the first pop-up. I think it was like 95 pre-orders that we had, and people were pulling up to the house to get it, which is ironic because it is pretty much the same way my grandmother started her restaurant.
We know the food is good, so we did not want to miss out. We missed out before.
Brittany, you guys ready? Brian, everybody, we ready? We good? We good? All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. We're ready to get started. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you guys. Thank you. So we can line up. I think 52 was the first number. So everybody has a ticket. Let's get in line and we get started. Get your order out right now. Let's go.
First in line.
I am the first in line. Ready?
And then you wanted another mini sampler, right?
Carlotta, what's up?
Hi.
Let me get a pound of the brisket.
Brisket is kind of like a baby. You don't know what they're going to look like till they're born. So until we open up that butcher paper and slice into it, it's really, hoping for the best after doing everything that you want to. So we're very happy with today's results.
I'm gonna do the spare ribs, the burnt ends, and then I'll also do a pound of oxtail.
Yay, we made it!
Texas style brisket, that's right up my alley. She's looking for the jerk chicken. rice and peas, 2 sweet potato, 2 corn pudding. Enjoy.
We basically grew up with each other, Alex and I knew his family was part of the restaurant business and I always wanted to have a taste of it. And I asked him, hey, you know, can I help out? He's like, yeah, sure, come on.
Half a pound, chef.
He makes an environment that's just easy to work with each other, communicate with each other.
1 pound brisket, chef.
1 pound, chef.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Corn pudding.
You got a great place here.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys.
Can I take a selfie?
Yeah, sure.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. I actually feel guilty being out here. I feel like I need to be back there to push this crowd out. So I'm gonna see you guys. We got everything you want, though. Don't worry. I got you guys. I got food. I made a lot of food. Yeah. Yeah. My dad came.
When Alex likes something, he puts his whole heart into it. Whatever he would feed to his family, he does it for the public. If he can't give them the best, then it's of no use.
That pork is the best pulled pork I've ever had.
How does it feel to have so many family members like helping out with this business?
I'm gonna be honest, it's really humbling. My siblings, they are like really proud, really helpful. They're always giving advice. You use salted butter, brown butter for the No. It gave like a little like savory note. It was really good. Really? Yeah. They do it for the love. Like that is like, it's humbling, and they will never know how grateful I am for all of them. Because I know they do it from the heart, and I appreciate them for that, seriously. Christine, it's only 4:30. There's been times where I'll get so anxious or very nervous, and I'm like, I want to back out, I don't want to do this. And then it ends up like, wow, you needed to go through that to get to the next stage. This is not about the money for me. If it was, I would have never left the family business. This presented an opportunity for me to see what Alex was made of. He knows when I have a pop-up article for the Avengers.